Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's weigh-in day. Yeah, weigh-in day. It's been a while since I post. It's been a while. Warning, it's probably going to be a long video, and maybe it might be emotional. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This video is going to be more testimonial than anything else. But for those of you interested, I hit my 200-pound weight loss goal back in November, and I have been maintaining ever since. So 200 pounds would have made me 195.6, and I have been maintaining between 187 and 193 since then, really. Been up and down in between those numbers. So I'm happy with what I'm doing for the moment. Everything is on hold until I feel the release to do it. But for any of you who, followed the podcast or been following me for any amount of time, the one thing you'll probably know is that I've wanted a Jeep Wrangler since I'm 16 years old. Since I'm 16 years old, I've wanted a Jeep Wrangler. So when I started my weight loss journey, somewhere in there, in that first year, I started saying, when I hit my 200-pound weight loss goal, I'm getting myself that Jeep Wrangler. I'm going to finally do it and get it for myself. So, throughout the years since I'm 16, the color has changed numerous times. Obviously the body style of the Jeep Wrangler has changed a number of times, but it's always been the Jeep Wrangler, and my love for the Jeep Wrangler comes from what can be done to it more than anything else. You can drive with the top off, top down. You can take the doors off. It's just an experience like nothing like you've ever imagined, right? And I wanted that badly. I wanted that experience, to be part of that community kind of a thing. Anyway, I hit the goal back in November, and it was at an inopportune time for the Jeep, I should say. Not an inopportune time. There's no bad time to hit your weight loss goal, so I'll say it like that. But an inopportune time for the Jeep, with my wife being between jobs and stuff like that, and having just started a new job, just wasn't wise at the time to make this move. Anyway, very recently, things have gotten better, and it was time I could actually start looking. Now, I had a vision for what I wanted my Jeep Wrangler to look like at this point in my life. And I might have to do some editing here so that I can insert the video, because I'm not at my Jeep right now. So I'll do that, and I'll try to put it all together afterwards. But I had a vision in my mind of what I wanted this Jeep to look like. And that vision was of a two-door military green color with a soft top. That essentially was my and if it could be arranged, I'd love it to be the edition that has the military star on it, because they have Jeep made additions to they had made special edition Jeep Wranglers that were dedicated to branches of the military. So there was this military star that went on the sides and on the hood. So my vision was to find that olive green army color Jeep, and with a soft top, and if it at all possible, to have the stars on it. That was the vision. And maybe even some big tires, you know, have somebody else spend some money on it, money that I couldn't spend, right? Get it lifted, get some big tires on it. That was I was hoping to find one used, have somebody put some money into it, and have it be young enough with mileage that I can enjoy it for quite some time. So I started my search, and in the process of searching, I saw a lot of Jeeps. I even called about a few, but none of them were meeting the requirements for that Jeep. None of them were meeting the color requirements. None of them, nothing. It was just, I was compromising something on every single Jeep I was looking at, whether it was the color, whether it was the top being hard top versus a soft top. I was compromising something with every single Jeep. And I came to the conclusion that I was compromising, you know, like, hey, look, it is what it is. There's not a Jeep out there that's going to have low mileage, number one, you know, big tires, number two, soft top, number three, be green, number four, and even have the military stars. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. And the point became like, okay, let's just find, you know, something that's acceptable. The mileage was non-negotiable. It had to have low mileage for its age, right? It had to have low mileage. The tires I was willing to compromise on. If it looked stock but had low mileage, I was okay with that. Stuff like that, okay? And in the process, I started to ask God for, you know, what I was looking for. Ask him to help me. I was praying, and I was saying to God, not just praying to find the Jeep I wanted, but I was praying that he would slow me down and protect me from myself. That I wouldn't go and spend money on something that would end up putting me in a bad spot, right? In something that it was basically to essentially provide the wisdom and provide mostly because I can't pretend that I have much wisdom. I have some, but I don't have enough when it comes to spending money, particularly. And so I asked him for obstacles. I asked him for clear obstacles in my path. Now, it's Saturday, right? A week ago today, I had been in phone contact with a dealership in Tampa. Tampa, Florida is about 4 hours drive from here where I am. I'm on the East Coast in South Florida, so I'd have to cross over and go a whole bunch north. Be a 4 hour drive one way. And this Jeep had the bigger tires. It had a bunch of money put into it, you know, for off-roading capabilities, stuff like that, that look. But it was like neon green, okay? It had a soft top, and it had 73,000 miles, which for that, it was like a 2018 or 2019 Jeep. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't terrible. So I was in the contact with him in the week leading up to last Saturday. And the whole plan was to go there, look at it, and possibly buy it. Okay? And everything was in line or whatever. And then Saturday morning came. And I was trying to line up, like financing and all that stuff before I got in the car. Like, I don't want to drive 4 hours and find out I'm not approved, right? Who wants to do that? So I was doing all this stuff ahead of time, trying to get a good foundation to what it is we were going to do. Well, Saturday morning, I was approved. But then it became a thing. All of the obstacles started happening, I should say, right? All of the obstacles. And I prayed for them. I started getting obstacles. And I should have seen them as obstacles right away, and I shouldn't have tried to surmount them. I should have just backed off. But me, when I see an obstacle in front of me, I don't just say, no, okay, this is the end. So there were a couple of obstacles there. One of them being I could not find the title to my vehicle because I was going to drive there, trade my vehicle in, and then drive home in the new vehicle, right? That's what the plan was. I could not find the title to that vehicle to save my life. And there was a bunch of stuff I wanted to take out of my current car, like, stereo and stuff like that. And here I was on Saturday morning, and I hadn't removed the things from my car that I wanted to remove so I could put them in this, the next car. I had not removed them, so I frantically started removing the stuff from my car, knowing in the back of my head, you haven't found the title yet. You haven't found the title yet. And so, essentially, long story short, everything with that ends up being canceled. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to Tampa. But in the process, I did get the stereo stuff removed from my current car at the time, and I still couldn't find the title. I went through the file cabinet where I had clearly had a folder for my current car, right? And that I found the bill of sale. I found all of the things I needed to do when I bought the car that I was trading in, except the title for that car. Could not find it anywhere. Anyway, the entire day ends up going by, and I go through this cabinet like 4 or 5 times on my own. My wife goes through the cabinet on her own, and then she happens to say, I'm like 2 steps away from paying $240 for a copy of the title, and then having to wait for the DMV to send me that copy so all of this can happen. And so anyway, that night, as I'm looking at and I'm about to finalize the deal, she says, have you checked in this, so I have this like jewelry thing that it holds a bunch of my watches and stuff like that. She's like, have you checked in here? There's a bunch of envelopes in here. And so she lifted it up, and I go over to it, and right there it says Florida DMV. It's an envelope. And I open the envelope, and it is the title to the vehicle I'm trading in. So the obstacle was certainly present. God was certainly protecting me from myself. So that Jeep was, in spite of being neon green, that Jeep was pretty cool, okay? And I didn't think there was any chance it would still be available whenever everything was in order and I could make the trip to Tampa. So that night I started looking again. And I ended up seeing a Jeep that was like 15 miles from my house. Very, very close, in Fort Lauderdale. It was still compromised. All over it said compromised. But it had big tires. It was 4-door. It had a soft top. And it was white. So I thought it was pretty cool. The mileage wasn't bad. And so I call my daughter in. And I say to her, what do you think of this one? And she looks at me and she says, why are you looking at this? You said you wanted green. Why are you looking at this? In that moment, she made me realize how much I was compromising what I wanted. So I was like, all right, we're done looking for the day. Saturday ends, Sunday begins. Go to church, come home, go through the whole Mother's Day. You know, it was a nice day. Go out to dinner, come back home, and I am laying in bed, and it's just like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like half falling asleep. And of course, I'm swiping through my phone, right? And you know how in the Apple, if you swipe to the right enough times, if not the one time like I do, you can see basically a whole area where all the apps you've ever installed are sitting on your phone in one spot, right? So if you're someone like me who doesn't have all the apps on all of your screens, you can go to this one spot and find all of your apps in one place. So anyway, I kind of swipe to that and I see this icon. And I got to tell you that this icon was showing up in the recent, like there's a recent box, that's the phone telling you recently opened these, this is why you're here, right? And so that's what I did. I looked at this icon and I said, all right, I don't recognize this icon. What's it doing in recents? I've never seen this app before. So I touch it, I open it. And that app is called Auto List. And I can't tell you a time where I installed this app on my phone. I can't tell you a time where I installed this app on my phone. So it says, find your next used car. So I did a quick search for Jeep Wrangler with the mileage I was looking for, kind of a thing. And the first one that comes up looks to be something I'm interested in. But I'm like falling asleep holding the phone. So I managed to save it and I'll look at it tomorrow. And this is how good God is, right? This is how good He is. You ask Him for obstacles to protect you from yourself. And He answers prayer, right? Because the next morning when I woke up and opened this application, I went back to the saved items and I clicked on the Jeep. And the Jeep was two-door. And the Jeep was green. And the Jeep had big tires. And the Jeep had a soft top. And the Jeep only had 62,000 miles for a 2015. And the Jeep had military stars on the sides and on the top. And in the picture, the dealership put serving the Lord with our work every day. In this moment, I completely lost it. And you sometimes you just can't deny God's work in your life, and you can't pretend He's some mysterious figure you can't see anymore, because you ask Him, Lord, protect me from myself, put obstacles in my path to stop me if I'm not supposed to do something, because I don't pretend to be able to hear the voice of God all of the time. So I strategically plan. I strategically plan by saying, put obstacles in my path, protect me from myself, because I am impulsive like that. And I will be willing to compromise in situations. It was military green. It had big tires. It had a soft top. Only 62,000 miles. It's 11 years old and it's only got 62,000 miles. It was automatic, just like I needed it, just in case my wife would have to drive it. With big tires and a bunch of custom work done to it. And the military stars. He paid attention. It was as if God himself built this Jeep for me. Built this Jeep for me. That day, I called the dealership thinking there's no way this Jeep is still available looking like this. There's no way. I mean, I was finding listing and calling listings that were posted that day, and they're telling me it's sold already. It's sold already. In South Florida, the Jeep Wrangler is right up there in popularity. Like everybody, this is a state where you can drive it year round and enjoy it, like everywhere else where you would only really enjoy it for a couple of months out of the year. And here, you got that all year round. I was thinking, there's no way this is available. There's no way. And that's when it gets even crazier, because I called the dealership that day and I asked about it. And he said, I bought this Jeep on Saturday. And I heard a voice telling me, somebody's looking for this Jeep. Somebody's looking for this Jeep. I don't know who it is, but I'm buying the Jeep. So the day that I was ready to compromise everything, God was having that guy buy my Jeep. And I said, sir, that's me. That's looking for this Jeep. And he said, well, I will consider it sold to you on a handshake deal. When can you come? And talk about a divine transaction. I never, ever had this experience with a dealership in my life. Never. And the guy, I told him, I said, I probably won't be able to come to you till later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday. This was Monday I'm talking to him. He said, send me pictures of your vehicle, send me the mileage and all this other stuff. And so I did everything he asked me to do. He sent me a bill of sale signed by him, and he asked me to sign it. I handed him no money. And he sent me a signed bill of sale. He sent me a signed bill of sale and told me to sign it. And I signed it and I sent it back to him, because God's hand was all over this transaction, and there was no questioning whether or not this was going to be a good vehicle for me or a bad choice, right? There was just way too much happening. How many dealerships can you call on the phone, no matter how far away they are, and they send you a bill of sale sending them no money? How many dealerships? I don't know of any. And it's called, if you're wondering, if you live in the Tampa area and you're watching this and you're wondering, CARS Incorporated, right? So in the acronym is Oh man, I can't remember now, but CARS is an acronym for, I think it's car remarketing specialists, something like that, Incorporated. If you just do the C.A.R.S. Incorporated in Tampa, Florida, hopefully you find it if you're looking for it. But this man was basically a godsend. And so Thursday comes, and I go take my vehicle to him. We finalize the transaction, and I drive home in a new Jeep. Man, when you see this Jeep, there's no doubt in your mind that God had his hands all over it. And here's the biggest kicker. In the App Store, I was so curious how this phone got on my app. How this app got on my phone. I was so curious. And I went on the App Store looking for this app, and you could see, like apps on my phone, apps not on my phone. And the date that this app was installed on my phone was August 2016. 2016. I don't remember ever installing this app, but it's been on my phone for 10 years. And I've had, not only that, I've had 3 phones in the last 10 years. 3 phones. So whatever phone I was owning at the time when I downloaded it, there's been 2 other phones since then to get to the phone I'm holding, talking to you in. 10 years in the making, this deal is. You can't tell me there's no God, and you can't tell me he doesn't answer prayer, and you can't tell me he doesn't love you enough to make what you want to happen if you can get out of your own way long enough. I'm going to cut out and stop being emotional here and show you the Jeep.
1,000 generations